Oh boy. All right, guys. It is 8 o'clock p.m. Y'all know what time is it? It is Earl Grey Tuesday, and once again, it's me, it's VINCE. Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you got your Earl Grey. I certainly do. Got a little Radius Merlot, and of course, as always, my trusty old cigar, Corona. Yeah, I still got the autofocus on because when I turn it off there, it doesn't work. Looks like I still, what is that? No, I wasn't sucking off anyone there. Just had some yogurt before I started the show. So how you guys doing tonight here? I didn't put a condom on you. And Crown Vic, just to let you know, we always start at 8 o'clock p.m. sharp. The show doesn't start when I turn on the camera there. So one of these days I'll get the Streamlabs hooked up to where it does some sort of stupid countdown or something. But, yeah, whatever. So let's see what questions I've missed here. And we'll go into Trump there. Some of you guys asked me about that. We'll get into that in a minute. Am I going to wear a robe during the summer months? I don't know. Usually I do because I keep my house so cold. No, I see Joel. He's here. You two quit playing around. Yeah, Tony Huge is on the run no matter what he says there. Don't buy that stuff there on Rumble. He's on the run from somebody, that's for sure. Can I get a gigantic soul pole? Sure. Soul pole! See, whenever I do that there, it activates my screen there, so... You got cheeseburgers? All right. So, folks, tell me what you guys are drinking and smoking out there. I've never considered LASIX. I mean, I work just fine with my glasses. Seriously. I like wearing glasses. They look very distinguished. Well, that's good to hear, Crown Vic, but you shouldn't smoke a cigar just because somebody else does it there, you know. Don't try to always follow the crowd or your hero. You got to follow your own ideas, you know. But it is still something great to do there. It's very relaxing. Hey, Andrew, what's going on there? Yep, I know you're at work. It's 8 o'clock there. I keep track of your schedules and stuff, but don't work too hard there. Smoking a pipe, drinking Capri Sun. Oh, man, I've not heard that. I've not heard Capri Sun in quite some time. Yep, Scatman is here. Glass of elderberry sparkling water. Interesting. But, yeah, Earl Grey Tuesday just happened to fall upon the day, you know, Trump went to court. I was going to do a Trump watch party, but I've been pretty busy for a while. Truth one, I don't pick up twinks at a sip whiskey bar. I just go there to drink whiskey. Or in that case, I was drinking a tequila sunrise. Why do I hate Joel Team? Because of his name and his race. I'm joking. Kool-Aid, sugar water, and a dash of red colorant. I know what Haterade is, but never heard of Kool-Aid. I should have rocked. I don't have a Trump wig. I got a blonde wig and a pink wig and a black wig in here from previous Halloween incarnations. But here's the thing: when I saw the charges and everything like that, it was kind of weird. And here's the thing, folks: he's being charged with falsifying business records. Which don't you have to ignore first off the 34 itself. It really just stems down really to 1. But these are misdemeanors. They're not actually. I don't see how he can make those into felonies, unless it's a. I think his coin is a repeated offense there. The only problem is this is the first time he's being charged there, so. It's hard to charge a low-level felony on it. He should have been He should have been charged with the misdemeanor at most. But it looks like the judge is going along with it apparently. So. Show us your West Coast ride home. I live on the East Coast, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. What are some high-paying jobs you would recommend to save up for a house? It depends on your skills, Protein Bra. If you don't have too many skills, anything in construction, for example, pays high. General security jobs will pay high as well. If you do have skills such as customer service there, you should work for a major telecommunications company. But, it's all dependent upon your skills as far as to what you have and what your abilities are. I went to sit by myself, didn't go with anyone. I hung out with friends on Thursday, but that's about it. Big Lenny doesn't need a fundraiser for his medical expenses. Oh, I give money to him in his chat sometimes. But to be honest with you, Big Lenny makes no money there. Because he has no money, he gets pretty much free health care, That's the way our country works. I did a video on Lenny's situation there. Lenny's not always been in good health, to be honest with you. And if he started back any anabolic drugs or recreational drugs, it doesn't play into his part, but I think he'll recover, but he just needs to smarten up a bit. Well, Zach, it's more than just hyping it up. It's trying to turn a misdemeanor into a felony. It's what Trump was charged for was not a felony, in my opinion. It's a misdemeanor, But what's going to happen is the only real evidence they have is Michael Cohen. Once he gets up on the stand, they're going to destroy him. They're going to tear his asshole apart, just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is, But I don't see how in the world he got charged with the felony for... I thought it was going to be something major. Now, one thing I will tell you guys this here is... he's going to be indicted again, probably in Georgia and a couple of other places as well. So you guys need to look out for that. But as far as the New York case, it's kind of wishy-washy at most. Well, Scatman, Aaron did podcasts for many years. That's I did a podcast with Aaron and Carl Lenore on RX Muscle. But he's always done podcasts, so it doesn't surprise me. He's out of prison now, and he's going back to his usual duties that he used to do. So, yeah. But I already knew he was going to go back to doing his regular podcast and his videos. Well, that's not a nice thing to say, KCB. Would I date Alvin Bragg? Nope. Too much pork chop in them. You know? I always say you got to push up that gut and get into something real good. That's a little too much gut, you know? Will Trump be the next president? Well, being indicted is definitely going to help out his election hopes here. Well, naturally, his numbers are going to improve. It just riles up the base, you know. Did I see that Vegan Gains opened up PRN on his stream? What is PRN? I have no clue what that is. Thoughts on Mr. McMahon's new look? He looks like a Mexican. Literally, that's the best way I can describe it. He looks like a Mexican. Would I spoon with Messi or Rolando? We are the Goodrum Group and we are homosexuals. That's right. Pawn porn? Pawn PRN. I still don't know what that is. Could someone explain to me pawn on stream? Cop lingo. I'm not a homosexual. He deleted the stream. I mean, what does PRN stand for? People rousting niggers or something? I mean, someone tell me what this PRN stuff is. Oh, did he open up pawn or porn? Okay. So he opened up a little porn. Oops. Well, next time, just say the word porn. All right? Dang. Can't keep up with, you know what I mean? Now, of course, folks, Thursday we will be doing the birthday stream because guess what? I'll be turning 46. It will be in the afternoon, folks, okay? It's not going to be at night. I'm going to be at the Swordfish, okay? I will not be working. Why would I do a collaboration with Aaron P? I mean, he's a nice kid and everything, you know. I don't know what we would talk about. See, Joltine, that's all I needed to have. Porn. Okay, open up some porn. I don't find relatives attractive, Crown Vic, you know. That answers your question. I was only in the military for a few months there, and I was also in ROTC for 4 years. Let's put it this way. Those are not acronyms that I'm familiar with because at that time, you know, there was no online porn or anything. It just wasn't there. We just had magazines. I may live stream from the Swordfish, but it would be outside, so... Yes, Crown Vic, Vegan Gains is my cousin. Yeah, Aaron shouldn't have taken back those frogs. Never listen to what Richard says. He, you know. He is my cousin, but he is a little bit dumb, you know. No, I still wouldn't date him. I mean, come on, people. Someone that pulls out knives and veganism and stuff like that. Come on, man. Really? Then the OnlyFans channel. Could you imagine me walking around with someone that did OnlyFans? Ew, ew, ew. I'm not saying porn OnlyFans is bad or anything. If someone has the aptitude and does nothing but OnlyFans, that's one thing. But Richard is a vegan activist. Vegan activism and shoving a dildo up your ass doesn't match with each other. You know, it's not a good collaboration, for example. You know, activist, dildo. Doesn't fit, you know. I would not date any type of J Masters, young or old. It has nothing to do with looks, folks. It has to do with personalities, you know. If you have a bad personality, I don't want to have anything to do with you, no matter what you look like. Thoughts on Aaron P becoming the new leader of Team Humanity? He has my blessings on that, so. If he wants to be a leader of Team Humanity, all right, you know. But yeah, it's been a weird week, folks. I mean, with the whole Trump thing is. The way to Vince's heart is cooking. No, it isn't. Maybe coffee, but not cooking. I should put that on a t-shirt. You know, I'm going to eventually get t-shirts, folks. Yes, J Masters is a true racist. Hyperbaric oxygen chambers are good for athletes. You know, it helps them train harder and stuff. It also helps with recovery from injuries and everything. So I think they're awesome. For regular use, definitely not. Y'all have to excuse me tonight. You know, when I've been taking the Andro stuff, it's been changing my voice in and out and doing some stuff. So just work with me on that. It's kind of weird, actually. How far down do I smoke the cigar? I smoke it until it starts heating up. Once the cigar gets way too hot, you lose the flavoring and all you end up with is just ash. The Andro gel. It's messing with me again. It's doing pretty good, you know, so, I mean, but other than that, you know, it's making my voice crack. It's actually reverting back the way it sounded whenever I was in my 20s, so. Yeah, it does that. I mean, all my gray hair is beginning to turn black, too. I mean, I'm not really growing that much gray hair anymore like I was before. It used to be where, you know, my nutsack, everything was gray hair, and now it's just popping out black, which I guess that's a good thing. You do test. What should I have for dinner tonight? I don't want to cook. I guess you'll have to order out, you know. Taco Bell. Don't put any sour cream or guacamole or anything. Just get plain chicken and lettuce. Yeah, it's turning my hair black from gray, actually. Well, I never let my hair really grow out or anything like that. But I don't think it's being too effective. If you look down, it's not really growing anywhere per se. But we'll see. All right, Honk. Thanks for stopping in there. I like sour cream on my burritos, Andrew. But you know, I've not been doing that. I've not been eating at any fast food or anything lately. All I've been really having is pickles, cucumbers, and yogurt, and of course tilapia. Like I said, I'm still continuing to cut down and stuff like that. Yeah, Joel, I don't have any hair. That's the whole point. Someone had asked me testosterone was reversing the hair growth, which it isn't. Why do I think that Motel 6 places always have bed bugs or roaches? It's due to the high number of people that stay in them. And the fact that sometimes, no matter how good you clean the sheets or anything, you see, they can't clean sheets with bleach because it might affect somebody else here. So they have to wash it very carefully. What they should be doing is they shouldn't be. Sheets should only be used once a week, but you know, that's usually the most common case. Other than that, some places they just sweep up and they don't even bother changing the sheets or anything. You can walk into a room there and there's doo doo in the covers and everything. When's the last time I've owned a comb? Maybe like 15 years ago. Do I eat my... I don't know what a woo is, or a woe. Yeah, I like shrimp. It's kind of expensive at this point in time, so I've not been eating it, so... I hate Salisbury steak. I prefer Swiss steak, which is a little bit more flavorful. But I hate Salisbury steak. Definitely appreciate that, Crown Vic. Just tune in Thursday for the birthday run. It's only going to stream for about an hour or so. Well, that's good to hear, Scat Man. You know, she needs to take a lift off. I mean, I'm sure that pussy's wider than the Grand Canyon. Uh, I don't keep up too much with porn stars retiring. I know Paul Little passed away. In case you guys know, that's Max Hardcore. If some of you older folks like me know who Max, Hardcore was, if you guys are my age, you guys would be very familiar with him. So, Scatman, I'm surprised you didn't mention Max Hardcore passing away. Well, you can always send it to my business address. I hate Chipotle. It's overpriced. If I'm going to eat anywhere, it would be like Moe's or at home. But, folks, I don't really eat out that much. I never have. I always prefer cooking. And if I do eat out, it's going to be a very nice place. It's going to be somewhere to where I can't fix the stuff. Any updates to the house? I do need a new couch I'll be buying pretty soon. That's about it, really. I'll be getting a new couch. I was thinking about putting in a love seat and everything, but I thought that was kind of a waste. It'd be a little too much. Dollar store Gatorade and a bucket of bacon. You can get it off any of my websites here, so... Raul, there's a lot of white people at dollar stores too. Nothing wrong with that at all. Damn it, where's my lighter? I'll be back, folks. Wally, it wouldn't fit in my, it wouldn't fit the game plan model of my living room. If I get a good deal on a sofa and love seat, I'll put that in and I'll put the TV in the corner. Because I got a lot of unused space. Crown Vic, they're on my About page. It has, you can take a pic from any of those websites. I like Big Lots. 12 months no interest, or, I mean, I got my Home Depot card too. But I mean, I always have a choice where I can pick up my couch at, you know. And pick it up from Sam's Club, you know, I can pick it up wherever, you know. I hate Bed Bath & Beyond. You know, honestly, I wish I sold couches. Home Depot does sell furniture, Aaron. They just don't sell it in the store yet. You can order it online. Big Lots is an awesome place to get stuff from. Where did I get this robe from? I know I got this robe for free, because I didn't pay anything for it. Where did I get this robe? I think I used a gift card that I got from, for Walmart, and then I used it for, I used a Walmart gift card of some type. But I know I don't know where I got it from, but I know I didn't pay for this robe. I don't think Bed Bath & Beyond will go under because of Mike Lindell. I mean, that company's always been shaky. But you have to remember, there's been a consolidation of things. Amazon's just been whipping everybody's ass. It was whipping my ass, which is why I was down to like 2 websites. But once they started faltering in the stuff that I was selling and undercutting people, you know, I've been just slowly bringing back my original businesses. Sort of like my grocery store, for example. I shouldn't mix tea and wine. I'll have a bad hangover. Nah. No, I didn't. I don't steal robes anymore. I used to, and towels. One of the best ways I used to do it is I paid for my rooms in cash. And yeah, I would usually pack up as many towels as I possibly could, you know. I didn't like buying towels. Stole slippers too. Oh, Zach, feel free to ask any questions. Exactly, T. Bray. Memorial Day's coming up, so there's going to be some good deals. That's why I'm waiting on that. So, and then of course there's Easter as well. I go to Cigars International for my cigars, but I also go to Total Wine and More or Boda's as well. But most of my cigars, my bulk cigars, I get from Cigars International. Well, truth one, whatever I can find on Grindr, I'm taking out. I'm just messing. No, I don't have any dates whatsoever. And stay away from Grindr, people. Bobo's Oat Bites, and one little piece is 140 cal. Good lordy. Get out of here. Bobo's Oat Bites. I wonder if I sell those on my grocery store. Let's take a look and see. I actually sell Bobo's Oat Bites, actually. I sell those. I sell Oat Bites, yeah. Are you referring to these? Here, let me put the link in. Are you referring to that? Yes, my main home protein bra is my single wide. I've not seen Pugman yet there. That's okay. Pugman's my dog there, so, yeah. Little Pugman dog. Have I heard of Sprouts Farmers Market? I've never heard of that before, Zach. Okay, those are the ones, Wally. Okay. Apple and strawberry? Yeah, I got those too, probably. No, I got pumpkin spice, original, peanut butter and jelly, gingerbread, lemon poppy seed, coconut bites, and gingerbread. Okay. Let's read the ingredients off of this here. Sorry, I'm on my website looking at the ingredients. Oh, wow, you are right. Got a lot of calories in there. Do I have any food allergies? No. I'm just allergic to bullshit. That's about it. Well, Scatman, I absolutely hate a hairy rear end, you know. When you're sticking it in there, you know, the hairs get caught and they're like, ooh, ow, 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 you know. There's very few people that got hairy asses there anyway. I'm sorry to hear about that, Zach. It's going to work there a couple of years, yeah. And when a family member passes away, it is going to be devastating. ZXV, what makes you think that I voted for Biden? I'm just curious. What makes you think I voted for Biden? Too much info? Well, this is Vince. This is the Earl Grey Tuesday. And sometimes on Earl the Grey Tuesday, we got to get something that's gay. Hmm. Well, Zach, it depends on their skills itself or the reason that they actually left. Some people can get rehired and other people can't. I probably can't get rehired from Verizon. Not because I left on bad terms. I left on really good terms for the most part. It's just that Verizon doesn't rehire people because if they rehire, that means they have to pay me back at the same salary. Verizon prefers training people, and that way they can pay them at a lower salary. Well, Dave's recovering pretty well. I talked to him the other day here. He's perfectly fine. Maybe on his RX Muscle show in about a week or two. Well, again, ZXV, what makes you think I voted for Biden? Johnny Bravo's new video, not heard of that yet. I've not been keeping up with. I saw his one video on Huge. You know, it's kind of redundant. I know he made another one on Leo, and at this point in time, I've not heard anything new about Leo, so I'll get around to it tomorrow. Would I vote for Arkansas governor? No. I got Nikki Haley. That's all that matters. Good question. What are your thoughts on maximizing your body odor? You shouldn't wear too much cologne. If you put too much cologne on, it can be very off-putting to women. And don't use Axe body spray. Use good cologne. If you want to keep from smelling bad, take your cologne and smoke and take a spray and hit the back of your neck. You know, you do that and you're perfectly fine. It doesn't mix in with your aftershave, which I hope you're shaving before you meet up with some chick. Do I follow Sober Powerlifting? No, I don't follow him. I generally don't follow any powerlifting because I'm a bodybuilder by trade. Do I have a website that has any men's fragrances? Well of Mimir. Let me put that in. You can get some High John the Conqueror. But it's actually more or less a gift store than a place that sells perfume. I do have Champa incense and stuff, so a lot of good stuff. Website is not doing well. It's doing horribly, actually. That's not a statue of Biden. Well, Zach, if the thing about it is that when it comes to getting rehired, I would just go throughout the application process. A lot of times it's a 50-50 thing. Sometimes if you worked at a job before, you can get hired pretty easy back again. And then other times they just don't want you back because they don't want to pay you what you were paid before. Don't take steroids because someone tells you to take them. If you're in your 20s, there's no real need to take steroids unless you're going to be competing in bodybuilding. Making my own fragrances, unless you have the intention of doing it for sale, no. It wouldn't be worth the money. If you have the intentions of selling essence oils, that's a little different. Then by all means. It's actually a good way of making money. Oh, that's good to know, Scat Man. That's kind of disgusting, too. Making a perfume out of people, so, ew. It might get a little blurry, folks, so just stand by. I don't know why that does it. Yes, everything that's on that website's pretty classical. Uh, but yeah, it is very medieval. Try the High John the Conqueror. That's good stuff. Well, when I got it, took me 4 application tries at Alltel for them to hire me. But that was only because they needed more sales associates. Because my specialty at the time was sales rather than customer service. But there's nothing wrong with applying. Applying for a job is easy, so there's no problem with applying for a job multiple times. But your chances of being hired, of course, it's going to be a hit or miss. But don't go and take something like steroids because of peer pressure. To do steroids, you have to have an intended purpose here, okay? My job's not to recommend. In fact, I recommend that you do not take steroids, you know. But if you're going to be competing in the sport of NPC or IFBB seriously, then you're just going to have to deal with it. You have to still remember that this is still illegal and you can still get arrested for it. Mm. But it really depends on how much you love the sport. Or you can compete in a drug-free show. But even those guys are using. Well, quick pump. My mom sold Avon. I sold Avon whenever I was growing up. You see, in the hood, there wasn't really many jobs for hood children, so I sold Avon and I also sold Amway as well. Nothing wrong with selling Avon. You pay like $5 for a kit there and you're off to the races. I don't know how much it costs to get a kit at Avon now. Maybe like $50. My ex-husband tried to sell Avon. He wasn't too good, successful of it. He sold a couple of things there, but yeah. Well, ZXV, here's what you should do. Go to your boss and instead of asking for a promotion, ask them what you can improve on as far as your skills are concerned. You know? It never asks for a promotion, folks. always ask how you can improve your skills. That's what I did at Verizon, and that's how I got promoted. I didn't go and ask for a promotion. I asked, how can I improve on my skills? Works every time. But at the same time, you should take that at heart. If you're not getting promoted at a job, you need to work on your job skills, because there's probably something in your job skills that's preventing you from getting promoted. Yeah, I sold everything that was in the book. I used to leave books at hair salons and stuff, and at senior citizen homes. Same with the Amway stuff. Can't really do that anymore with the internet and everything. This is like in the early 90s, so nobody was on the internet, so it was pretty easy to sell things from magazines. Vegan Gains needs to screw his head on there. Should worry more about that than requiring food for muscle growth. No problem there. A lot of people, a lot of times, including my people, they'll complain that they didn't get promoted because of discrimination because they were black. And that's just simply not true for the most part. First off, if they were racist, they wouldn't even have hired you to begin with. There's a lot of jobs where I didn't get promoted at, but so what? I built my business there. That's why I say to build your own business there. I'm my own boss, I'm my own commander. And when I left Verizon, I have something that pays my bills. I've discussed John Romano's coins on podcast and everything like that. He says he was working for someone else here, but the thing about it is I don't have any files as far as to the details of it. Because this was a long time ago. I think it was in the 70s or something. Late 70s, early 80s. You would actually have to ask John about that if he even wishes to discuss that. But like I was saying, the vast majority of promotions is not due to racism. At this point in age, it's usually due to a lack of a certain skill that makes you a leader. And a promotion shouldn't be something you should pursue possibly. If you are dying to get a promotion and you can't get it, then try network marketing. Sign up for companies like Amway, sign up for companies like Legal Shield and stuff like that, and build your own team there. And that is going to make a determination as far as leadership is concerned. At the very least, you'll pick up a bunch of skills here. That's for sure. Amway definitely was a pyramid, but one thing you'll get from Amway is a lot of business and sales skills. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. It may be a pyramid, but one thing that Amway knows how to do is they know how to teach you how to sell stuff. That's for sure. Quick Pump, Quick Star, and Amway are the same company, actually. Folks, most people don't know this, but Quick Star and Amway are the same company. It's the same company. I'm not saying it's a subsidiary of it. It's the same company. Long Clear. Not sure what you're talking about, Joseph. You'll need to be more specific as to your reference. Yes, my role lacks the skill set that is easily promoted. It's a dead end, so they're promoting some girl half my age. Well, what skills that she possesses that you don't possess? And again, don't let your job dictate yourself there. Start your own business there, my friend, you know. So a lot of times I didn't get promoted at jobs. So what? I built my business instead, you know. And what is my position in my business? President. You know, you can't get higher than that. Owner. I rather make money under my own merits than to depend on some company to do it. Although I was good at what I did at Verizon, I made a lot of money, but I value my other business. I value my home business even more. You know. Now I'm not making the money I used to make at Verizon, but I have my freedom. You know, lean freedom, folks, is better than fat slavery. I mix them out of my routines. Right now, I'm back on a full body workout, but next month I'll go back to splits. Creatine is awesome, but just make sure you drink plenty of water with it. If you have kidney issues, you should not take it. BCAAs, everyone should be taking that. Conservative Cuban can't even spell the word IQ. We'll just leave it at that. Again, ZXV, you got to ask what does she possess there? Does she have a college degree and you don't? But here's the thing, don't go and beat yourself over it there. Build your own business there. Everyone, build your own business there, you know? Everyone should build their own business there. Don't go and let a company dictate how you lose in your life there, you know? Because remember, it's not your company. You don't make the decisions as far as to who gets promoted. You know, when I worked at Verizon, I got moved around and was told to do different things there, you know. Some jobs at Verizon I hated doing, you know. Telling a customer that they owe $3,000, but I had to do it. It was my job. There's a number of positions I would have liked to have gotten at Verizon, but I didn't get it. That's part of life there, you know. Stop worrying about this woman who got promoted over you. Joseph, that stuff is overhyped. I wouldn't. Don't spend too much money on something like that. Well, you're playing the games if you're worrying about this woman getting promoted over you. Get out of the mentality to where someone got promoted over you. It's not a good mentality to do, you know. And it's going to eventually affect your job itself there if you keep hyping on that. And I'm just being straight up with you. That was a big issue at Verizon where people thought that they deserved a promotion. I had one. I was in an office one day. One person got real argumentative here. You know what happened? He got promoted, all right. He got promoted to customer. That was an old saying we used to say at Verizon. You keep running your mouth, you're going to get promoted to customer. Hmm. You had two stints. How old are you, Crown Vic? That's real. That's tough, man. Of all things, you definitely need to take care of your health if you've had two stints here. What does Cuban's IQ have to do with Bravo's mugshot? Nothing. I don't worry about Cuban. He can go do his own thing, you know. I'll do my own thing. What's a first date with the great one entail? Hmm. Mm. Usually, either at a coffee house or a bookstore. If I go out to dinner, I'm gonna go to some place like Trios or so forth. Trios is a nice pasta and pizza restaurant. They have a good soup there too. Or I'll go to a good Jewish deli. You know, have a little bit of the white fish or something. You know. But I've dated a lot of Jewish guys there, so you know I'm used to the matzo balls and the white fish and the Israeli salads and stuff there. So dated some Jewish women too. I mean, for a Negro, I've actually, or excuse me, I forgot to do it. Negro for a Negro, I've dated a lot of Jewish people. You know, it's kind of odd, but oh well. So I would go over to the deli, have the white fish, have the Israeli salad, have some bread. I'm all set. I've not been in a Barnes and Noble for quite some time there. The last time I was there, I actually was on a date. Actually, a Starbucks and a Barnes and Noble is a good, safe place to go out on a date. Would I date LeBron James? Nope. I would go out on a date if he was going to pay me, and I mean, he's a billionaire, so. And in case you ask, I wouldn't date Scottie Pippen because he wrote me a bad check. Or he bounced a check from his bank, actually, from me. Yeah, rye bread's pretty good. Usually I don't have that with any whiskey or anything like that. Dennis Rodman, nope, not my type. He's also poor too. He has no money. At what part of the date do you take your species fiberized? I think with the soup and the bread, you won't need to use any fiberized. If you eat a hearty bread, there's nothing wrong with the fiberized that Dave sells. It's actually pretty good stuff. Gets the system pretty clean. Hey, ZXV, that's what we do here on the shows. I always give out advice. Mm. No Trump 2024, Vince Goodrum 2024. Raul, there's no optimum time for a scat play session because I don't do scat play sessions. I mean, it's kind of disgusting for people to go play around with their feces and stuff. Gym Rat, I'm too based to run for office. It would never work. I am considered unelectable. I'm just too based. I'm sorry. I mean, think about it for a minute. A conservative gay person running for office. The gays wouldn't vote for me. Nobody else on the Republican side would vote for me. They would think I was a heathen and that I would burn in the lake of fire. So it wouldn't be too many people that would vote for me. I would not date Chris Overholt. I'm going to ignore your question, Tater Tot. What's the honest way to grow a YouTube channel? The honest way is just to do videos, but the vast majority of people, they hire teams in order to promote their channels. So, truth be told, there's not an honest way of growing it. You just have to do advertising much like any other business. I mean, my channel has all organic growth. I've never paid for any advertising for my channel. What I did instead is I set up a website outside of the channel. I know, Tater Tot, I'm not going to ban you for that. I don't ban anyone. I don't erase comments or anything. Where did Joel go? He's not asked a question in a while. It's kind of weird. Oh well. Do I wipe front of... Raul, I don't pay attention to such things like that. I just wipe my ass, you know. I'm being serious too. Well, Raul, I don't have an answer because it's not something that I think about. You know, you wipe your ass and that's it. You know, I don't pay attention as far as the scrubbing it. I just make sure that it's clean. You know. I mean, the object of wiping your ass is to make sure it's clean. It doesn't matter whether you clean from front to back or back to front. No, go ahead and share it, Zach. Well, you wipe your ass the way you want to wipe your ass. Yes, I've used a Bidit before. Went over to a friend's house that had one. I also went over this... I went out with this Asian guy, and I went over... He had one of those really fancy toilets with all the controls and stuff. It was pretty cool. No, I've never been snowboarding or skiing. It's just not one of my things. That and I lack the coordination really to be snowboarding or skiing anyway. I don't roller skate or ice skate neither because of that. B-Day? Okay. I mean, I call it something that shoots water up your ass. I mean, it was actually it was a separate appliance in the bathroom itself. I wonder if they make one of. Well, no, I went over that Asian guy's house there, and that toilet did practically everything. It even had a massage thing on it. It was pretty cool. I'm definitely not at single digit body fat. With the androgel, my belly's disappearing very fast too. I mean, in about, I'd say 8 or 9 months there, it'll be completely gone. It'll be right back to where it was originally. That's steroids for you. That's good to hear, Scatman. Do you have it hooked up in your bathroom? Or are you referring to an enema? Zach, there's no reason for anyone to become homeless there. But in the event that you were about to become homeless, I would go hang with family. Everyone's got family. Just crash at their place for a bit. I have a Christmas scarf, but not a sweater. But I wouldn't be hanging in last Christmas here, but I'm not a Christmas type person, to be honest with you. I didn't even put up no trees or decorations or anything this year. Well, every homosexual doesn't have a bidet. Bidets are not something that Americans usually keep anyway, so, yeah. Would I let J Masters live with me? No. I would not let J Masters anywhere near my house. Big Lenny, I would let him sleep on the couch overnight, but that would be about it, you know. And I'm not joking, I would let Big Lenny sleep on my couch overnight. One night there, so. Like I said, if someone is of at least decent character or so forth, but I would have to tell Lenny to make sure he keeps things hygienic. Of course I have running water. How can I shave without it? Everyone can come over my house here, you know. There's nothing I can learn from J Masters. Except for things not to do. Well, if you want to drink out of a B-Day protein, that's your business. You would have to find a house that actually has one. That's not something that's something that's European and stuff. It's not an American item. I mean, we take a dump, we wipe our ass with toilet paper. We don't worry about whether it's front to back or in swirls. Make sure the asshole's clean, pull our pants up, and flush the toilet. I started losing my hair almost over 10 years ago. And rather than try to keep and take stuff or wear a wig, I just went and shaved it off. I've never come close to benching 500 pounds. Not even close. Well, truth one, that's because Jay doesn't think too much of his actions. Do I have any gray in my beard yet? If I grow out my beard, yes, I do have gray hair. Now, I have very little body hair, if that at all. The reason being is, as a bodybuilding competitor, you know, for many years, I used Nair and hair removal cream. And once you use it a whole bunch there, your hair pretty much for the most part stops growing. Anyone that's competed in bodybuilding for long enough or did modeling or anything to where it required the removal of hair, your hair slows down and then eventually it just stops growing. Because the Nair will damage your hair follicles. Oh boy. I live in a very quiet neighborhood, Scatman. Neighbors like peace and quiet around here, just like I do. The only actual noise is going to be the occasional airplane that flies over. And that's about it. Well, Joseph, I don't have any opinions on bidets per se. I mean, like I said, I'm an American. I wipe my ass like an American and clean it. What if this particular person doesn't have any extended services? Then he should go to the Salvation Army. Or to Goodwill. There's plenty of places that'll help out. I mean, you can even get free food. There's always a food bank somewhere. You may not get the food that you may want to eat, but it's still food. Oh, there you are, Joel. No, I'm not going to react to any videos. I'll run those videos separately as far as a separate video, but not on the live stream. Last time we tried that there, the stream pretty much crashed. Scatman, I don't even talk to my neighbors at all. I mean, we that's the thing. It's a quiet neighborhood. Everyone's pretty much an isolationist. No barbecues or anything. It's a very quiet neighborhood. That's why I moved out here, so I wouldn't be pestered or anything. Why should I apologize to Cuban for? You guys know me. I keep it real and tell it like it is. Quick pump, chances are yes. If he continues with the Milos protocol, I believe he will pick up diabetes. You know, messing with insulin, folks, it's a big no bueno. Nobody should be using insulin for building muscle. It's easy to get, but it's quite dangerous. Unless you actually have diabetes, you shouldn't take any insulin whatsoever. Well, Chris, that's the point of sleeping on the couch. See, I have a couch, and then I have my master bedroom. He sleeps on the couch. I go to my bedroom and shut the door. You've been stuck on the toilet? How? Are you a fat fuck or something? What would I do if someone came banging at my door at midnight? Well, I'd ask, who is it? But I wouldn't open up the door if it was some sort of emergency. I would just call the police. You had cream and Parmesan? Okay. So if you already had the acknowledgement, Joel, of being lactose intolerant, why would you have any type of dairy product to begin with? Well, it's important to train your shoulders there, so and train your body parts. But I've always had a large chest. Chest is 51 inches, so yeah. But that's what you need in the sport of bodybuilding. Yes, Chris, that's definitely true. When you're sick and you're in trouble, that's when you know when your friends are there. Well, Joel, next time take a supplement of some type that counters that lactose intolerance. For example, you can take papaya tablets, and uh, that would help you out there as far as lactose intolerance. I mean, right now I am using a non-dairy creamer, but I've been eating. I ever since I started back with the gear, I've been eating cucumbers and yogurt, and stuff, keeping things low calorie, so that way I can continue the weight loss progress. Dale's back. Oh, was like fat, like. That's not a nice thing to say. Yeah, I guess it is sort of like tzatziki sauce, but I eat them separately. Cucumbers are awesome there for losing weight because you can eat a bunch of them. They get you filled up, and they're very low calorie. No different than lettuce. Whenever I was dieting for shows, I would take mustard and I would take tuna, mix it together and everything, and then I would have a cucumber along with it. Fills you up there, and it cures the hunger cures and stuff, and it's low calorie. I don't keep up with Dale's dating arrangements or anything like that, but As long as she's putting out there, that's fine, you know. I mean, you know, some of those cougars have some good pussy there, you know. Big Rob Fitness has never called me before. I've had other people call my business line, and I just hung up on them. Sliced cucumbers, yes. Cucumber fills you up. And get your mind out of the gutter, tater tot. Oh, you should get high. You know, I used to sell pheromones at one point in time. And they're good for picking up women there because it's your natural, you know, no different than musk, you know. Any type of musk cologne there, it's actually technically a pheromone. Would I collab with Oliver? I don't know who Oliver is. Well, go on ahead, Joel. Get high, you know. You can get high with me for another 40 minutes, folks. So get your questions in. You want to drop some money in the collection plate, you can do so as well. Russell Westbrook, lettuce only. I don't think so. I wouldn't do that kind of diet. Every food has some sort of pheromone itself there, Joseph. But that's not human pheromones. It's no different than those bug steroids. They are steroids for bugs, but they have no effect in the human body. That was some snake oil people used to sell in the 90s, and they still do. Let's call prison workouts just body weight exercises. Body weight exercises are great to do. You know, if you go to a Japanese wrestling school, for example, for professional wrestling, all they do is body weight exercises, like 1,000 Hindu squats and stuff like that. Body weight exercises are awesome. That's what cucumbers are mostly, water and fiber. Well, Cam Newton was on a vegan diet at one time, and look what happened to him. Well, if you're going to eat celery, put peanut butter on it, but you should eat it as a snack, not to get andro or androsterones or anything. Pheromones are the scents that are given off by animals, such as human beings, for example. We are animals. In order to attract the female species to make coitus. Yep, Joseph, human sex indicators. Any type of animal gives off those, including men, you know, and women. So if you've ever been to if you ever been to a porn studio, for example, and you notice that funky smell there, those are pheromones. Or if you go into you know, a bathroom at a club or so forth, where someone after it's basically the smell you have after you've had sex. In other words, that that odor that you smell when someone's having sex, they naturally give off pheromones. Or if you're attracted to someone and you're kissing someone, it's also going to give off pheromones. It's sort of like whenever you're about to vomit, for example. You ever notice that the underits brings out that salt around your that's your glands. It's produced by your mouth in order to induce throwing up, for example. It's one of those automatic human body functions here for certain things. So whether you're throwing up or whether you're about to have some coitus or planning to, your body naturally gives off those pheromones. Hmm. I wonder if my phone is charged up. And that indeed it is. A lot of orders, and someone went and got one of my cards. Oh, big order in there. I'll take care of that later. I mean, I do know how to eat out a woman there, Protein. If you go down on a woman there, she opens up like a flower, you know. You want to make sure you have a clean surface and everything. Now, you don't do that with dudes, obviously, but, you know. I tell you what, if you, folks, if you want to really get a woman to like you, you got to eat her out, you know. If you eat her out and everything, trust me, she'll want to keep you around, you know. Most guys always just want to pump the ass and everything like that and want her to suck off. No, if you eat her out there, you know, you gonna have business here, you know. Yeah, I've had foods that were too spicy. And when I went to a party and a drinking game there, you know, we had the ghost pepper eating contest where I have thrown up because of that. Those are some pretty wild parties. No, I've never tossed a salad. I've just tossed a taco before. Yep. And folks, I mean, like I said, don't only real men eat a woman out there. Believe me, real men will eat a woman out. If you got, you know, a lot of guys don't want to do that, you know. Women respect that there stuff. If you want a woman to suck you off there, you should do the same thing and you should eat her out, you know. You do that, you're gonna have business, folks. Trust me. Trust the great one on this, you know. You're on a date, you're about to have some coitus, and you want to continue those relations as best as possible, eat her out. That ain't gross there, Matt. Animals do the same thing too, you know. No, I don't dock with dudes here. You got to remember that if you're licking out an asshole, you know, that's where waste product actually comes out, you know. Well, Joseph, you want to do that, and you probably want to wash your mouth out with some scope or something. Or chew some chewing gum. That works too. So. And some people think I'm actually joking, but I'm not, you know. It's a tit. The whole point of it is a tit for tat situation there, you know. It's a tit for tat, you know. Plain and simple. Be right back. Speaking of which, gotta take a piss. Peroxide is a good disinfectant. You can also wash your mouth out with it in case you have sores in your mouth. That's also pretty good. But only use like a little capful. Don't use a whole bottle. Hey, Susan, what's up? Getting in here late. Hmm. For friction wounds, you want to use petroleum jelly or mineral oil. I like Hani, but I wouldn't date him. Me and him are pretty cool, actually. Or at least the last time I spoke with him. Would I consider being a weatherman? I don't have an aptitude for meteorology, so no. That is a job where you have to have aspirations for weather. I did want to be an astrophysicist because I always like studying space, and stuff like that. But then I realized over time after I did some of the work and everything that, I felt that was a little too boring. But I still study the stars, folks. I mean, I love astronomy. Actually, a couple days ago, we had a half moon eclipse. If I didn't have to work, would you think I would have got my pro card? Oh, absolutely. I would have gotten my NGA pro card. Well, I appreciate that, Scatman. If all I concentrated on bodybuilding, I would have gotten a pro card eventually. But I would never would have taken the main title. I just don't have the aesthetics for it. I mean, I could put on size and everything like that, but I still have a short torso and long arms. That's always hurt me in bodybuilding. But I always enjoyed bodybuilding. No astronomy. Protein, I knew someone was going to make a joke like that. No, I don't have similar mass to Ronnie. Ronnie is just from another planet. Jack was well, I better not say this the Skippy because he would hate it because he's a big fan of Jack. I did watch Star Hustlers, but he was actually a pervert, actually. In fact, I believe he was a pedophile. That's my opinion of him. But he had a great show. I watched it every night on PBS after watching all the EastEnders. He would come on at around 2 a.m. in the morning. Good show, but not such a great person. I have no plans to get back on stage in the NPC because taking 200 milligrams of testosterone is not going to do the trick, folks. I would need to take more. I used to watch EastEnders. Watched it for many years. Stopped watching it around early 2000. My nails looking yellow. Well, they're normal. If they started turning yellow, then I would definitely go to a doctor. You would have to ask John that, actually. I don't have that answer. The highest I've ever placed in the show, technically second place out of a line of two competitors. I placed out of the top 5, but because one person walked out and I think I beat another person, I probably would have placed 6th at the Night of Champions. Maybe. It doesn't make a difference. If you're not first place, you're the second loser. Or excuse me, you're the first loser. Oh, I'm far from stage ready. But I am getting a lot leaner because of the test, that's for sure. I've actually gained a little bit of weight, but that's only because I've put on more muscle. So my weight has actually gone up a little bit. But my body's going to change ultimately back to pretty much what I originally looked like in my 20s. Why are my shoulder press so imbalanced? It's hard for me to do shoulder presses because I have long arms, so I can't do much weight, maybe 30 or 40 pounds at most. That's on a machine. Regular dumbbells, I can do about 60 or 70 pound dumbbells with shoulder presses. It's just the way I feel whenever I'm doing shoulder presses. I mean, I could be a judge there if I applied for it, you know. I can definitely judge physiques. What weight do I need to get to? Probably about 190 pounds. It would have to be higher than, it's definitely going to be higher than where I was the last show. My competition weight was 181 pounds, and I weighed in at around 177 actually. Weight check is about 240 pounds. Like I said, I put on some weight, which technically is muscle actually. I've been putting on a lot more muscle. Because what's happened is now that testosterone's flowing, it's unlocking my body's capabilities of putting on muscle. I'm also eating more, but I'm eating a lot more things like cucumber. That's why I'm trying to limit things and stuff. So I have to really be careful of eating because I get a lot more hungry now. My banded shoulder press. It's all we had to work out with there, along with my total trainer machine. Yes, there was a couple of channels that carried ECW whenever I was growing up, local stations. But I was still watching WCW. Oh, good old Maple Leaf Wrestling. I've seen a couple of those shows. They're pretty good. I also watched the World Class Wrestling, in Canada as well. I'm definitely not explosive at the gym. I'm very methodical in working out. Whenever I work out, I concentrate on the body part that I'm working. You know, I focus on it there. I put my mind to the body part that I'm working. But I've always been methodical in the gym. Nah, I don't need to up my intensity. I just need to get the job done, you know. I mean, that was a long time ago. Whenever I was starting out, I was pretty explosive and stuff. But not anymore. Bad News Brown, no, he'll never be in the WWE Hall of Fame. He left on bad terms. That's awful nice of you, Zach. All right, folks, we got 20 minutes left. Get your questions in. If you want to put some money in the collection plate, you certainly can. But at 10 o'clock, I'm going to get back to work. I got a couple of orders I need to process. Hmm. Good cigar. Hard to stay lit, but yeah. Can I retract my shoulder blades? You mean like this year? Yeah. That's another thing I hate most when people walk around with their shoulders like that. It looks stupid. Well, I've always been a big guy. That's my genetics there. My dad was the same size as well, so I have my dad's genetics. I mean, my mom taught me how to lift weights. She was a power lifter at one time. And I would just, she would take me to the gym and I would just watch her lift weights, do deadlifts and stuff. So, yeah. She still regularly exercises, even in her 70s. But she doesn't do any weightlifting anymore. No, God is not evil. He is the creator, you know. Someone who created humanity and the planet and everything like that, how can someone like that be evil? My mom was a weightlifter. Yes, she was. Dad was a power lifter too. Well, my dad was an actual power lifter. He drove trucks around too. Drove 18 wheelers for about 40 years actually. But I have my dad's genetics. My brother looks like my dad, but he doesn't have the genetics. I look like my mom, and I have my dad's physical genetics. So we sort of switched around like that, you know. But I look like my mom. So I look like my mom. I have my dad's genetics. My brother has my dad's genetics, but is pretty skinny. My brother looks exactly like Vegan Gains. If you want to know what my brother looks like, take a look at Vegan Gains. Imagine Vegan Gains at a much older age, and that's what my brother looks like. Vegan Gains looks almost exactly like my brother did at his age. That's why I looked into the ancestry and found out that Vegan Gains was my cousin. Because I just started asking, I'm like, man, he does look like my brother a bunch. And then I asked once I learned on Ancestry, I asked my mom about Burgesses and stuff like that. And, yeah, they're relatives on my dad's side. So, yeah. Put two and two together, you know. So I saw it on Ancestry. and I'm like, okay, let me go ask my mom about it. Do we have any Burgesses in our family? Yes. I had no aspirations of becoming an Olympian. Uh, I'm a horrible runner. Oh, by the way, folks, make sure you twist your cigar, not stab it. Where do I get my ideas for video content? Well, for my bodybuilding channel and stuff like that, I just get it from the daily news. Some content I just come up with myself. Business content, however, is general as far as business tools. Business content is a lot easier than this type of content, and I also get paid a lot more for business and financial content from YouTube than I get paid doing this. But good question. But most of my content, bodybuilding wise, is just from the regular happenings in the industry. Well, they are going to give you dirty looks because you're spreading smoke everywhere. It's unprofessional. It's telling the person it's telling the proprietor at the lounge that you didn't like your cigar. Well, everyone from Texas is alpha because they're Texas. They're from Texas. Vegan Gains does have a fair amount of strength. He's stronger than your average vegan and everything like that. He can unlock his potential if he did start eating meat. And less of those sugary carbohydrate snacks here. There's a lot of vegan bodybuilders that have awesome physiques and can lift very heavy. But regardless as to whether you're vegan or whether you eat meat, you still have to have a balance. You have to have, for most part, a balanced diet and a specific training routine. Quit lying, Tater Tot. I've never had a Nicotina Rust. I don't even know what type of cigar that is. Doesn't sound too friendly. Well, Scatman, that's simply because it doesn't really snow much in Texas, so they're not used to it. It's the same in South Carolina. People crash their cars whenever it snows because snow is a rarity that happens. Well, protein bra, you don't need to be unconvincing there. You have your own thoughts there. You're your own human being there. There's no need to unconvince or convince yourself. Is a vegan still a vegan if they swallow a load? Yes. Now, if they suck the milk out of a woman's titties, then no, they're no longer a vegan. Have I ever crashed a car? One time I crashed into another car. It was about a year after I got my driver's license. I've not. The other two times I got ran off the road. One by a teenager on the phone. The other one was a drunk driver, actually. I pulled the guy out of the car while it was on fire. Yeah, let me tell you guys this story. So, I'm headed to work at FedEx at around 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm coming up on Turtle Creek Road, and this car just started spinning out of control. It was going at a high rate of speed, and it was spinning around. Ran me off the road. I get out. Car's on fire. I pull the guy out of the car, and then he runs off there. The cops come. They pull him back and arrest him for leaving the scene itself. I think I got $2,500 for insurance because I was driving around in an old '81 Volvo at the time. But they gave me a cash payout there, or at least I made them do it. So, Zach, that's just a natural reaction for phlegm in order to get the food down. That's why your mouth waters for whenever you smell food, because it's preparing yourself to swallow the food itself. I've never heard of a lifestyles convention. I didn't even know they did conventions on condoms. Tony Huge gives very bad advice. Very bad advice. I mean, he knows the steroids and everything like that, but the problem I have with Tony Huge is that he glamorizes anabolic steroids. Steroids are something that you have to take very seriously. No problem. All right, folks, 10 minutes left. 10 minutes. Get your questions in, folks. I would never leave a child alone with Tony Huge. No way. Well, that's what you got to do in life, Matt. You got to always keep it real and you got to tell it like it is, you know? That's the spice of life, folks. It's harder to tell a lie than to tell the truth. Would I date a younger version of Big Lenny? No. Like I said, folks, I date people based on personality, not on looks. I eat a lot of fiber, so yeah, I do have a regular stool. How many companies have I worked for in the past 15 years? Maybe about 10 of them. 10 different companies. All right, Justin, thanks for stopping in on the show here. We're going to close it out in about 10 minutes here. So, like I said, folks, get your questions in there. Thursday, we will do a birthday run. It's going to be around 1 o'clock p.m., so it's going to be a little bit earlier, but I'll put the timetable. It's only going to be for an hour because, remember, I'll still be somewhat working. Well, usually I eat oatmeal in the morning right now. I may have yogurt as a mid-snack. Then for lunch, I'll have tilapia and asparagus and rice. Then another yogurt or cucumber. The last meal of the day is going to be some sort of meat and asparagus. I don't eat carbs after 6 o'clock p.m. No, I haven't donated sperm. I don't see any point for me doing that, so no. Most people donate sperm in order to get money, actually, as well as giving blood and plasma. Yeah, oatmeal's awesome, you know. I like having mine with a little bit of that vegan butter and salt in it. Good way to wake up. Would I ever collab with a surrogate mother? Nope. Yeah, that's all I keep is steel cut oats here. I just like the feel of the steel cut. But I'll eat any oatmeal. Starts a day with mac and cheese. It has a lot of protein in it, I guess. I don't draw or paint. My ex did. He's a great artist. He did a lot of pottery and he can crochet. I don't have the aptitude for any artistic stuff. I'm good at business and finance as well as fitness. It's always important to work according to your capabilities and what you like to do, your aspirations. You can put a lot of things in oatmeal. Oatmeal has very little flavor, so it's easy to put stuff in it to give it flavor. Who is the manliest misfit? Big Richard. God rest his soul. I think he was the manliest misfit. Why would you put sardines in your oatmeal for? That's kind of weird. Be a little healthy, I guess, but yeah. As long as the sardines have water in it rather than oil. That almost sounds somewhat Roman, in fact. That may be some sort of Roman recipe to have sardines in your oatmeal. I guess with me telling conservative Cuban that I would rip his head off and shit down his neck, I guess that technically makes me the new Big Richard. Susan, I don't know who Danny Duncan is. Let's take a look and see who this person is. Danny Duncan.
I'm making this quick video because it has been
a little too young for me. I don't know his personality neither. Very weird looking kid there as far as his channel. Looks like he gets a lot of views, 7.7 million subscribers, so yeah. Nutella's good for your oats here. Yeah. That's a good combination. Well, he's welcome to train with me, but he'll get killed. While I'm methodical in my weights, I still train somewhat heavy, and I train with a lot of reps, you know, like 50 reps to 100 reps and stuff. I use the Charles Poliquin method for the most part. What is the most useless degree? There's no such thing as a useless degree. What makes a degree useless is if you get a degree in English and you have no intentions of teaching English, then that's what I would consider a useless degree. If you're going to get an English degree, I would honestly say if you can't get a job in the States, you can definitely get a job in like China. I had a friend that got an English degree, and he taught in China for a couple of years, made a lot of money and everything. So, and when he got back home, he had the experience to teach English in a regular class. It helped out in his resume. I've never seen Bravo's mugshot before. There's a lot of different combinations, Joseph. You just got to figure out what you like in your oatmeal. Yes, I do have a college degree in fitness and exercise. The Charles Poliquin method, he uses a lot of repetitions. God rest his soul too. He died of a heart attack, I think. He's live working out. Oh. I thought he said he was no longer going to work out online. But I guess I'm wrong. Wrong! But I can be wrong sometimes. Can always be wrong. 2 minutes, folks. Get the last of your questions in. I'm going to get back to work. I doubt that Bravo got arrested for sexual assault. He may have been, accused of it or something. I am circumcised. I will do more grocery shopping videos. But thanks again for joining me here, so. If I'm going to do a 3-hour stream, Zach, at least 1 hour would be watching a movie of some type. That's not true at all, Tater Tot. Powder Wars. He's not even old enough to be during the Powder Wars. That was in the 80s. I mean, I'm older than Bravo. All right, folks, it is 10 o'clock p.m. That is the end of Earl Grey Tuesday. I will probably put up tomorrow the time for the birthday run. I want to thank everyone for joining me. I will give everyone a like for joining me here. I don't know who Gorilla Juice is. I have no clue. But again, thanks again for joining me for Earl Grey Tuesday. And as always, peace and